On today's episode of EyeSwoon Unplugged, I'm going to make my favorite summer pasta, or better, I should say, I'm going to riff on my favorite summer pasta. I absolutely love Sungold tomatoes, especially at this time of year in August. They are super sweet. They are the stars of summer, and any opportunity I have to cook with them, I do. Today I'm going to saute them until they burst open and get nice and jammy. I'm going to saute a little bit of fennel. I'm going to put jalapeno. I'm going to think a little bit outside of the box and take a classic recipe that I've shared for you multiple times, just kind of riff on it and change a few things. As always, I want to encourage you to trust your instincts and feel okay to make swaps or eliminate things that might not fit your palate or that you might not be able to have access to. For instance, I'm going to use shallots because I don't have garlic today. If you want to use garlic, go for it. If you don't have fennel, eliminate it. I thought it would be really interesting to introduce lime in pasta. I've never thought to do that before, but I'm just gonna lean into it. And I'm gonna add sumac, which has like a bright acidic flavor, almost citrusy, and I just thought that that would lean into this citrus notes that I'm pulling out of the limes. I'm also going to use goat cheese, which is a little more atypical. I'm not going to use Parmigiano, I'm not going to use Pecorino. Instead, I'm going to take a goat cheese, I'm going to add some water, stir it up, get it nice and creamy, and dollop it on top. Again, leaning into this kind of tangy quality that the citrus is going to add. I'll take you through this process right now. Pop my shallots into the oil. I'm just letting these get a little translucent. I have my fennel here. And then I have a whole jalapeno. I'm chopped up. I'm probably only going to use half. This can, of course, be eliminated if you do not like heat. I also like to use habanero sometimes, or Fresno chili. I like the spice of fresh chilies rather than dried. So I put about, I don't know, a quarter cup of oil initially. I'm gonna add a little bit more because we still have to add the tomatoes. About a half a pound of whole Sungolds, and then I have the halved. And by all means, if you cannot find Sungold tomatoes and you only find cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, those will absolutely work as well. I'm gonna zest one lime over our tomatoes. As I mentioned, you can easily use lemon. If you don't like acid, you can eliminate the citrus altogether. I happen to love a lemony pasta, or limey in this case. Here I have kosher salt. I'm going to just give a little handful to 2, 3 generous pinches, and that is going to help the tomatoes break down. Here I have some sumac. Just gonna give that a little sprinkle. And I know if you're not familiar with sumac, I know it might look like similar to paprika. It's almost more of a tangy citrus quality to it. I love to use a spoon strainer rather than an actual strainer. Always love to use cooking water. It is an essential ingredient when you're making a pasta like this. If you want to thicken your sauce, and add a little bit of starchiness to your sauce to make your pasta more creamy. Have the sauce kind of stick a little bit to the noodle. Pasta water is your best friend. And I'm going to spoon it right into our tomato sauce. You know, guys, I think it's worth mentioning that this exact recipe with the tomatoes, not with the pasta, could easily be simply spooned over a fish. It could be spooned over sauteed shrimp. You could also shuck some fresh corn with the tomatoes and make like a corn tomato succotash that, again, it can go over absolutely anything. Chicken, fish, pork chop. Sky's the limit. This starchy water, I'm gonna add it to just thicken up our sauce. That starch is going to add creaminess to the pasta sauce. I'll let it cook down a little bit and thicken, and then I'm gonna serve. Okay, here I have a little bit of goat cheese. I just added about a tablespoon of water. I'm gonna dump some out because I think I added too much. So maybe start with a teaspoon of water. So take goat cheese, add some water, and then just kind of smash it up and make it nice and creamy, like so. I'm gonna dollop that over our pasta. It's just gonna melt right into the pasta. Then I'm gonna hit it with some of that sumac. You get that bit of red. What I'm also gonna do unexpectedly is I have these fennel frogs. So we made it with fennel. I just thought, why not hit it with like a little touch of green. And there you have it.